guys, and we're broadcasting to you not live and not from the UK.
If you've been watching our videos the past couple of weeks, you will know that we have decluttered our entire life. We decided to seriously sort out absolutely everything that we owned. We put aside 3 days and we said, right, we are going through every single item of clothing, every single item of stuff that we own, and we are gonna sort it out. Like, we have an hour-long live stream about us going through the clothes, which you can check out here.
But if you don't have an hour long to listen to us blabbing and rolling our clothes, then we have summarized the entire clean out in a, what is it, a 13-minute video, which is located here, and here. But in this video, we want to more directly address minimalism and how it's okay not to be able to get rid of stuff. What's important to take away from this, if you happen to click off this video right after the sentence, is that minimalism is not about owning one spoon, one t-shirt, basically owning the minimal amount of stuff possible. It's about owning and using and having what you personally need. What you need to own to basically be your happiest, and what the next person next to you needs to own can be very different.
Let's start with the list of stuff that, as we were going through, we decided to keep.
Dun, dun, dun.
So the first thing that I think we fall a little bit guilty on, so to speak, on hoarding and stuff is technology. We love our technology. We love computers and wires and cameras and
being connected.
It's not a problem. We did throw away, you know, everyone has that pile of old mobile phones.
Yeah.
We did throw away those. But there are certain things...
Actually, they're still on the stairs.
They are going to get thrown away.
And we may be minimalist in our clothing selection, but we're certainly not minimalist in our gear, because, you know, filming, we're traveling, it actually takes a lot of, you know, connectivity and stuff to run a business on the road. So
yep,
that's one part that we couldn't really kind of compensate on, like, or compromise on.
So we decided that we're just going to keep our technology and be happy with what we have, and then maybe in the future, when we need a new laptop when ours break, we get a lighter laptop within a laptop.
I doubt it's gonna be a heavy one because I need a lot of graphics power. Another thing that we couldn't really even think about throwing away is art supplies and stationery. Now, I know some of you would relate like tons to this, that you know, you walk into a stationery store and you see all of these amazing, neatly arranged smell of new paper, pens that have not been used.
It's almost like walking into a restaurant when you're hungry. It's like...
But I can't imagine throwing away stationery, all the new stuff, you know, in the neat, you know, semi-neat drawers of stationery. You know, we like keeping them. It's again related to the, you know, working at home and you know, kind of office environment. Love that stuff. And in terms of the art supplies, do you know how expensive art supplies are? I ain't throwing any of them.
Well, actually, we did throw away...
Okay, but they weren't working. They were dry paint, okay? Which hurt me a lot.
Dry oils and paint.
They were dry, meaning that I haven't used them.
Yeah.
And I wasted them, and the pain just kills you.
Another thing about art supplies is it often involves a lot of scraps. Like cardboard, paper, cutouts, bottle lids... Pretty much whatever you can think of. I mean, you can technically do art with anything, but we do have kind of just this pile, it was under the bed, I think, of just cardboard and that weird foam and bubble wrap and...
A lot of that stuff. That didn't get thrown away either. By the way, if you haven't seen, when we say under the bed, in our case, it actually means a sense of organization, because we have a very high bed and you walk under.
Video up there by how we made it, but yeah. Cool bed nonetheless. Now, as we were going through, I think we had about 15 years worth of stuff. Like, some things were over 10 years old, and I think even 15 years was pushing it. But within all that, there are a lot of memories associated with things.
I believe there were some cards, like birthday or Christmas cards, that were from when I was like 10 or 8, maybe.
Yeah, that's about 15 years.
Was it?
Yeah, 14 years is when you were 8. I'm old! Yes, you are. Memories
back in my day.
Memories are very hard to get rid of. I mean, we did get rid of a lot of things that didn't really mean anything to us now. Don't open up your head and get rid of them, please. Like, we did get rid of quite a lot of the things that didn't really mean anything to us, but there were quite a few items which we kind of picked up this old piece of 10-year-old paper, looked at it and went, no, other people would not understand a thing about what this is, but I'm keeping this picture of a house or Christmas card from a person I've not spoken to in 10 years.
We didn't keep a picture of a house.
No, I'm giving an example.
Well, give an example that we actually did. For example,
your diary.
I'm terrible at keeping diaries.
Yes, you are.
Okay, so what actually I had a lot of started like notebooks and things like that with maybe
5-10 pages filled out.
Yeah, filled out, or basically only 5-10 pages will actually have a diary entry sort of style thing, and the rest is just scrambled notes. So what I did was actually I ripped the pages out and kept those. We had probably no less than 100 cards stored somewhere, if not more. We didn't count, and we kind of kept the ones that had maybe an interesting quote on, or actually said something more personal.
I know, and some of them we cut out the front of the card because it had a nice picture.
Yeah.
Or something like that. So that's the kind of stuff that we kept.
Yeah, and then the rest of them just went into recycling.
Another thing that we couldn't get rid of entirely, I mean, there were certain parts that we could, but knowledge, in essence, mostly textbooks.
Other books.
Basically, knowledge-filled books. I know that you can get this stuff on the internet. I know you can go to a library and get these books out. And I know that chances are we won't read the majority of the books that we have.
And some of the textbooks we kept were really, really bad at teaching, okay? We know, we went through them. But
you can't just get a vessel of knowledge and going, I'm putting you in the bin.
It just it doesn't
sit right with us.
I don't know, if you can do it, let us know in the comments down below. Send us pictures, like hashtag us something on Instagram, and send us pictures of you throwing away your schoolwork with a satisfied grin. And the biggest section of our sort out that took the longest actually was the clothes, as you would have seen.
It took an entire day.
It actually took about, I think, 10 to 12 hours.
Yeah.
Okay, of solidly us moving clothes, trying them on, then.
That's 10 to 12 hours of two people who, for their adult lives, what has it been? Only 6 years of adult lives? Because
I don't know how old I am.
22.
Oh, shut up! I don't want to know how old I am.
So yeah, we've only been our adult-sized selves for 6 years. We have already been traveling, so we've already not accumulated so much stuff.
We've already cut a lot of our clothes out.
But even with that, we were surprised vastly by the amount of clothes. Like, we emptied them all out on the floor. I'll show you a picture here from the previous video, but we emptied them all out on the floor, and it was basically just a swimming pool filled with clothes, and that wasn't everything. That wasn't everything that was hanging up, and it was just like...
But basically, having that many stuff allowed us to be quite brutal. And as we go into it, we're like, I want you out.
No.
But one thing that I couldn't get rid of was dresses. Now, I'm not a person to very often wear a dress, and any dress that I do own took a lot of hours of shopping and trying, and I'm not a fan of shopping. I detest shopping. So for me to throw away a dress...
is to throw away hours of your life spent.
So imagine if I need to wear a dress again. I'm not gonna go buy another dress. I'm not the type of person to go buy a new dress for every occasion. So I would rather keep the dress I have. So in case one day there's an event for me to go and wear a dress on, while I live in a van, my dad, then I have them and I don't have to throw them away. And there aren't that many. I think maybe
3 or 4.
3 or 4,
maybe.
Yeah, one is my wedding dress, which is actually a convertible dress, which is lovely, meaning I have 13 dresses in one.
And you can actually wear it elsewhere, apart from it just staring at the cupboard.
Dresses I didn't touch.
Another big pile of clothes that we kept, which technically I don't really know whether you count it as keeping as such, but basically we call them rag or work clothes.
Yeah.
Because we're going to build our van from scratch, we're going to need work clothes, basically clothes that can get oil on, that can get holes in, that can get ripped to pieces, and once they're ripped to pieces, they can be then used as rags
clothes that with utmost satisfaction you can just wipe your hands on.
I'm not buying overalls and aprons and protective clothing. I'm just going to wear t-shirts and let them get ripped to pieces. Yeah. It doesn't matter.
Another thing about clothing that we couldn't get rid of was specialized clothing. And what we mean by that is base layers. Base layers like Icebreaker, they're very expensive and they're very, very good for travel. They literally, they fold very small. You can watch our minimalist packing video, which will be somewhere here. And basically the majority of our wardrobe for winter travel is just those base layers. We don't need anything else.
I guess instead of having like 3 or 4 jackets that we kind of of just rotate and wear. We have like one rather expensive jacket that we always wear, and that's the only jacket that we wear. The other, I guess, specialist items of clothing.
Socks and shoes?
Yeah, because we wear walking shoes everywhere. We don't wear trainers, we wear walking shoes because they're comfortable for our feet.
I have one pair of shoes of that sort. The other shoes I don't actually wear. We actually sew up our socks.
Yep. Actually, we do need like a revamp of our sock wardrobe. So that's going to be like £200 worth of socks.
Van is a priority over socks here.
Exactly. And that is the message that we shall end on today.
So tell us about your spring cleaning or minimalist clear out, whatever you want to call it. Tell us about what you couldn't let go of and what you found difficult. And frankly, tell us what you could basically throw away with gusto and not look back.